So, you want to connect to your past lives, and you're looking for answers. But what if I told you the answers you've been searching for are already inside you, and you've had the tools to access them all along? I mean, do you ever wonder why certain places, people, or moments feel strangely familiar? It's not a coincidence. Now, I myself have connected to so many past lives. So in this video, I will be sharing 7 of my own evidence-based ways that you can connect to your past lives so that you can unlock different lifetimes of your soul, bring their power into this lifetime, and ultimately live a life beyond your wildest dreams. A life of power, freedom, strength, abundance, and joy. Let's begin with number 1, sleeping dreams. I've said this before, I'll say it again until I'm dead, and then I'll say it again in different lifetimes. Sleeping dreams are one of your greatest teachers. Now, the first way that I consciously connected to my past lives in this lifetime was sleeping dreams. I remember I was around 18 or 19, maybe actually 20, a little bit older, and I was living at my apartment at Boston University back when I went to college. I was exploring spiritual concepts and spirituality. And so the way that this happened was I had 2 of the same similar sleeping dreams, either back to back or within 3 days, 3 nights of each other. The first sleeping dream, I was in an Egyptian nomad's body at some different point in time. I was in the desert on my camel. I knew I was close and I was making my way up to the Great Pyramids of Giza. Okay, wake up, next day. I'm like, that was very interesting. I felt like that was me. Either next night or 2 nights later, same sleeping dream, except now it was the next part of that vision. I was on the desert sand. I knew my camel was near me, and I was dying from thirst. And just as I was about to die, I woke up. And I knew for a fact, that moment that I woke up, I knew that that was me in a different lifetime. And I was like, holy fucking shit, dude. I didn't have any conceptual label for what past lives were. But when that happened, I knew that that was me. So if this has ever happened within you, or if you feel like this could happen within you, please follow your curiosity with this, because sleeping dreams can teach you so much and they can definitely connect you with your past lives. Okay, let's get into way number 2, an experience. So there is no right or wrong way to have an experience. You could have an experience with yourself and being alone. You could have an experience with friends, strangers, with family. You could hear someone say something. You could touch an object and all of a sudden you're being transported back into a different past life. But for me, my own evidence-based way was I had the idea to wear shorts and shirts in the winter when I was biking to Harvard Business School from BU. I was crossing the bridge. I was so cold, but I was also so empowered by myself and what I was doing. I knew I was making myself stronger and tougher. And I closed my eyes on a bike. Not the greatest idea I've ever had in terms of safety. And I screamed, ah! I connected to a past life of being a Native American, and I also felt a Native American ancestor come through me, like he was the one screaming. It was super, super, super interesting. So that moment, I remember when that happened, just like the first way, and you're gonna see this is pretty much like every way, that when you connect to these different past lives, when you connect to them, you're just gonna know that, wow, that was me. You may doubt it at the beginning, it's normal, you've been conditioned, but what I'll tell you is trust yourself and trust your experiences. The third way you can connect to your past lives is to go to a psychic workshop. And so for me, this actually happened by accident. I was at a psychic workshop. I think I was learning how to connect to trees and feel their own feelings. And we were doing this exercise, and then all of a sudden I just had a moment where I felt so uncomfortable. And it was so bizarre because it was just like some deep part of me got so emotionally triggered where I just felt so uncomfortable by everything going on in my life. And then I had this awareness come to me. I kind of started questioning the discomfort. I was like, wait a minute. This is a past life that I had where I was an Englishman in the 1900s or 1800s, and I was killed. I was a writer, and I was killed for my sexuality, and I was stabbed in an alleyway. And what was so interesting when this happened, another woman there was like, Michael, I feel, and this is actually like kind of before I started fully sharing it, because everyone was like, Michael, it just happened. It's fun when you're in a room of psychics or people who care. and they can see that you're going through something uncomfortable and they proactively help you. But anyways, I remember this woman there was like, Michael, did you get like stabbed or something on the right side of your body? And I was like, oh my God, like that's where I'm feeling a lot of this pain. And so that psychic workshop for me, and of course for you, if you ever choose to enroll yourself in a psychic workshop, they definitely can help you connect to your past lives. And that kind of brings us into number 4, which is being a little bit more specific. The 4th way you can connect to your past lives is by getting a past life regression. This is a fancy word for going to someone and having them help you connect to your past lives. I did this with my old mentor. Her name's Amber. She helped me connect to actually quite a few lifetimes. It was so easy. I essentially had to do nothing. She led me through a guided meditation to the point where I was open enough for her to read me and to read my soul. And she read it. Super easy, super simple. All I had to do was just get in a meditative state where she just led me through that. So this way is probably one of the easiest and the simplest, because you kind of just go to a psychic or someone you know that can read into different timelines, and you say, hey, can you help me connect to a past life? Let's go into the 5th way that you can connect to your past lives. Probably the reason why you're actually here at this video. You have an inward feeling, an inward curiosity, an inward knowing that regardless of how old your soul is, whether you're a young, a medium soul, an old soul, somewhere in the spectrum in between. So there are so many ways to do this. And I'll just share one of my own. If I have a drawing to the group of Celts, as well as people in England / the UK space, because it's more than just England, in around the 800s to 1200s era. So if you find yourself just so drawn or so curious, or you have an inward knowing or feeling to a certain group or timeline or era of human history, or even outside of human history, there are so many different collectives. Like, just trust that feeling and explore it. Tell yourself or tell someone else that you are ready to connect with that version of your life, and watch what signs or feelings come to you, because the signs are here. They're divinity showing you like, hey, this curiosity, this inward knowing you have, this feeling you have, this desire to connect with a certain thing or people or group or era is correct. And I want to show you that it's correct, because you deserve to connect with your past lives. The 6th way you can connect with your past lives is by having a vision. If you are a seer, or you thrive in visuals or visual learning, you can have a vision. So a couple months ago, Esty and I were talking, and I was lying on the bed. All of a sudden, I had a vision, just literally half a second long, a vision just in a moment of me existing as a Chinese emperor. When you connect to a past life, often you will feel so powerful, and at the same time, you will not give a damn about how powerful you feel. Essentially, your ego will be out of it. Like, you will feel completely, not always, but you will feel invincible, and also not give a shit that you feel invincible. It will be more of like a, whoa, that was crazy, rather than like a, look at me, look at how strong I am. Like, ego-based, I need to brag and share this to everybody. More of a like, whoa, I know who I am. And so when I had that vision of my Chinese emperor past life, I was just like, whoa. If you want to set up like a little ritual to have visions, or to tell the universe, literally sharing vocally, hey universe, or whatever you believe in, I'm ready to have a vision. There's, once again, no right or wrong way to have a vision. Do you. Lastly, let's get into number 7, someone else telling you. This is so fucking easy, because you kind of have no control of this, so it can just happen. Is someone else will have a different past life and be connected to their past lives, however they learned, and they kind of just come up to you or in conversation, they're like, hey, you were in this past life with me. And this has happened many different times for myself. I just kind of had someone or I had a couple people tell me like, hey Michael, you were this person in this past life with me, and we have soul karma and a karmic relationship to heal. Sometimes I haven't been proud of the person I was in a different lifetime, and sometimes I have been proud. I mean, no one's perfect in any lifetime. So it was super interesting for me, where I just had people come up to me, be like, hey man, you were in this past life with me, dude. It's like, cool, great, thank you for that. You just opened my awareness to different past lives. I didn't even have to do a damn thing about it. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are 7 evidence-based ways you can connect with your past lives. Please follow your curiosity and trust yourself. Do yourself a favor. Do the world a favor. And trust that inward knowing, that inward curiosity, that inward explorer you have. And allow yourself to connect to your past lives because it's so damn beautiful. As always, I'm here. I believe in you. Have an amazing rest of your day. And be unexpected. Peace.